hardware has advanced incredibly quickly. It's also been a few decades. So over the last few years, you've seen advancements in the computing power of personal computers, the displays that are in cell phones, the computing power in cell phones, so the sensors that are detecting the gyroscope, the accelerometer, there are all these different parts that have really moved forward since people tried VR a few decades ago. And that's what it took. It took hardware to really be ready, and then it took a group of incredibly talented software engineers and hardware engineers coming together to finally get access to this latest and greatest hardware and make the magical VR happen for the first time in a way that's comfortable and delivers this sense of presence where you feel like you're really there.
So Brendan, what is the time frame for when you release this to the masses, to the public, your first consumer product?
Well, Oculus has two categories of product it's approaching, and I was just handed here the Galaxy Gear VR, and this is Samsung's product. This is an Innovator Edition. This is powered by Oculus, so we are really looking at getting this out to the masses, but developers first. So you've heard Oculus focused on PC with the Rift in the past, PC VR. Now we're also focused on the mobile market with Gear VR. This is still a developer kit, it's still Innovator Edition, but you're going to see a ton of content come, and then you're going to see this quickly get to a mature level where it's ready for consumers to start playing with, and it's comfortable and it's fun, and that's what we're targeting. We're pretty far ahead on the PC. Rift is going to be shipping soon. We haven't announced when, and Gear actually starts shipping Gear VR Innovator Edition.
You can tell us when you're going to ship the Rift if you want, that's okay.
We haven't announced yet. It's still only been about 6 months, 7 months since we really came together with Facebook. They've been incredibly supportive at supercharging our recruiting effort. We were about 50, 75 people when we got started working with Facebook. We're now well over 200 of some of the really brightest and best engineers in the world. And that's thanks in large part to Facebook's help on the recruiting side, but also just on their sheer kind of titan size as a company. We are able to attract a lot of research engineers, top engineers that want a secure company, not necessarily a startup. So by coming together, we've recruited a ton of great people.
Jeff, I see you shaking your head. Does this compute with you?
I'm just thinking, gosh, Bill, we've come a long way since silicon graphics.
You think, right?
Hey, Brendan, you know, there's all sorts of grand ambitions, and I've heard you talk about them before, for virtual reality, whether it's in medicine or the military or engineering. How far away are we from that world that you see?
Well, there'll be a lot of applications over time. In the beginning, we definitely see this focused on gaming and entertainment. It's something that you get those early adopters who are just can't wait to do this. They can't wait to get into that immersive world. They've been dreaming about it in sci-fi for so many years. And that's where we are today. We're really with the early adopters, getting them to make content, deliver content out, and the first set of consumers will largely be probably in the gaming market and the entertainment market. But longer term, as you see this going forwards, it's going to be great for education, the idea of being able to see 3D objects, historic objects, as though they're really right in front of you, being able to go back in time and be actually in a civil war or the old Roman age and really experience that environment is going to be amazing for so many people, so many students. It's going to be a lot of fun. Architecture, time travel, there you go.
Brendan, one quick question on the gaming front. Obviously, community has become a really big trend. Obviously, Twitch has been recently acquired. Do you see the virtual reality enabling this community? Are people who are spectators able to transport themselves into the virtual world at some point using Oculus?
Well, we've always said this is going to be one of the most social platforms, or the most social platform ever created, because it really is going to be a lot like real reality, but in a virtual environment. And real reality is very much about social. It's about interacting with other people, going to places together, experiencing things together, solving puzzles together, and just communicating together. And in VR, you're now going to be able to do that with somebody that's in California when you're in New York, and at the same time, it's going to feel like they're actually right there next to you. So there's an incredible set of applications for what that kind of shared sense of presence is going to deliver.
Okay, I'm sorry, when did you say Rift is coming out again?
That is a big question that we're working very, very hard on.
All right.
We want it out there as soon as possible.